Winn-Dixie, across Segan from Ambrosia Bakery. So, I mean, you talk about it, belts and hoses, just general services, that light comes on, check engine light comes on, bring it in. We'll tell you what's going on with it. Electrical, transmission service, AC services, undercar services, electronic brakes, tires, you name it. K&M Automotive. Going to be busy. Why is that? Because Jason Payne gives people an honest deal. That's all we ask. Just give me a fair shake. Don't charge me for unnecessary work just to try and drive my bill up. And that's why he has so many repeat customers. If you go in and it's backed up a little bit, you schedule a more convenient time for you to come in where you can get in or out, when you drop it off, whatever. My buddy Good said, tell Jason Payne, K&M Automotive. You heard us talking about him right here on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. K&M Automotive, Segan and Perkins, between Perkins and I-10.
Live at Doe's, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
News is happening all day, filling your feed. Go beyond the headlines with in-depth coverage on WBRZ News 2 at 6. Michael Shingleton and Sylvia Weatherspoon deliver the most local news in the capital area. Exclusive investigative unit reports and problem-solving two-on-your-side solutions. Your storm station forecast everywhere first, and insider coverage of your home teams. See why more people are turning to WBRZ News 2 at 6. Investigative, in-depth.
Hey, Baton Rouge. Remember Red Stick Sports, your hometown favorite since 1981. They've been here through every season, serving our community with pride. Still family owned and operated, they're more than just a store. They're a part of your life. Whether it's football, baseball, or any sport in between, they've got you covered. Any season, for any reason. Red Stick Sports is there for you. Swing by today and keep the spirit alive. Red Stick Sports, where every game begins. 5770 Essen Lane.
Run with us on a John Deere Z365R Z-Track mower, built for taking it easy. With the Easy Change 30-second oil change system and standard mulch control to control your clippings without any extra effort. Because lawns aren't just for mowing, they're for living. Nothing runs like a Deere. Search John Deere Z300 for more.
Pre-order your new John Deere at Ascension Equipment on Airline Highway in Gonzales. Pre-order now and get your mower before the grass grows.
GMFS, changing lives.
This is Brad Johnson with GMFS Mortgage. For over 23 years, my team has helped over 3,000 families in Louisiana achieve the goal of homeownership. We specialize in guiding you through the mortgage process and making sure you're getting the best terms available when purchasing a new home or refinancing your existing one. We work with everyone from first-time home buyers up to $3 million luxury homes and everything in between. Don't let the complexity of the mortgage process hold you back from your homeownership dreams. If you're looking to purchase a new home or refinance, our competitive rates and 5-star customer service can get you into your dream home. Call us today at 225-214-5076. Again, 214-5076. For Brad Johnson Team.
GMFS, changing lives.
NMLS number 92925, GMFS, NMLS number 64997 is an equal housing lender. Mortgages originated at 7389 Florida Boulevard, Suite 200A, Baton Rouge, LA, 70806.
Need more space? Workbox LLC has the storage solutions you can count on. Whether you're a homeowner, commercial contractor, or industrial business, we have the space for you. Our secure, versatile storage units are ready to meet your needs. Contractors, keep your site organized and efficient. Store your materials with us and access them anytime you need. Businesses, industries of any size, Workbox LLC is your trusted partner for flexible, safe storage. Workbox 343-4886 and workboxllc.com.
Give the gift of clean this holiday with Benny's Car Wash. From gift cards to prepaid memberships, wash books, and more, get the perfect last-minute gifts. Shop at bennyscarwash.com or at any of our 9 locations. Because who wouldn't love a clean car? Shop local. Shop Benny's.
Hey, Louisiana, win one of 488 bikes from me, attorney Gordon McKerney, during the Gordon Gives Bike Giveaway. Visit gordonsbikes.com to register today. I believe every child deserves to experience the magic of Christmas. So I'm giving away free bikes across Louisiana. Visit gordonsbikes.com to register. Again, that's gordonsbikes.com. Register before time runs out. Merry Christmas and God bless from everyone at Gordon McKerney Injury Attorneys.
Office in Baton Rouge, LA 23-16010.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. 5 brands on one lot. Shop BayouAutomotive.com.
Heading out to Las Vegas, deep in the desert, lives one man. One man of many sports bets. The one and only Andy Isco.
Andy, how you doing, buddy?
Well, I'm doing a lot better than the backers of the Cowboys last night, who continue to find interesting ways to lose. And the Cincinnati Bengals have been my bugaboo all year.
That was a tough beat last night. Of course, the punt, which we know about, we talked about earlier, but also Chase busting it, with less than 2 minutes to go, with 1:09 to go. I mean, Cincinnati's just trying to milk clock, force Dallas. Very similar situation to Kansas City on Sunday night.
By the way, that's why I was surprised that they actually tried to block the punt as a rather than try to put on a punt return, because the key there was they needed just a field goal to win the game. And if you could start, say, on your own 30-yard line and move down 30 or 40 yards, force Cincinnati to use their timeouts, you end the game with a kick under 5 seconds to go. So running clock at that point should have been part of the theory behind getting that last possession.
Well, they would have got it at the 35, 40-yard line plus territory. They'd have been just fine with that. So
Auburn's got decent range.
No, I'm saying that instead of blocking him, let the guy punt it.
I know, but Andy, I mean, it's still, if you asking them, they can take the ball in that spot at the plus 40 or the minus 30. They're taking it at the plus 40. So, I mean, they
usually, yes, but again, you're going against a team with a high-powered offense. You do not want them to see the ball again.
I understand that's part of it, but
It's like going against Mahomes.
But they blocked it with how much time? I mean, they could have run it down for the 40.
There was still, about 3 minutes to go?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they could have run it down. I said it at the time. This is not second guessing. This is like, I'm saying, okay, good. They're going to get the ball. They can get 2 or 3 first downs. I understand at the end. Yes, in today's NFL game, you have to try and milk the clock. Yes, but you cannot. You don't want to compromise your chance to score first. I don't think that. No, I mean, it used to be we're going to run in no matter what. Now, had Dallas had no timeouts left, or even 1 or 2, Jamar Chase got to go down at the 2-yard line.
Yeah.
But with 3 timeouts with 1:09, I got to get in.
Well, I'm thinking of it in terms of the fact that if Dallas were behind, that would be different. But this was a game of time where they had the ability to end the game either going into overtime with a missed kick or not scoring, but not letting Cincinnati get a chance back. It's again, it's a strategy sometimes that it seems counterintuitive, but you've got to decide what is the most important. What is your biggest enemy at that time? It's the fact that the other team has quick strike capability to end the game if you fail.
Yes, there's no doubt, and it's part of it. But you got to score as well. So there is a balance there, but you can't be just too one-dimensional. I get it. But what about handicapping a team like the Kansas City Chiefs? I mean, they win every time, but I mean it is unbelievable, the 50-50 games that have fallen their way. Cincinnati until last night was just the opposite, where every 50-50 game goes against them. But Kansas City is, I mean, for the Raiders to average, 6-7 yards a play on that Black Friday game. I mean, they've had 13-0. I mean, okay, so they're finally a comfortable win. Well, Herbert really played well in the second half too, but man, just every game coming down to what does that do to your power rating with the Kansas City Chiefs?
Well, it lowers it a little bit because it's numbers, and the numbers basically tell you what you need to do to make the adjustments and all that. But I'm beginning to think, because we've talked about it before, how many extra games, 9 straight division championships. Think of how many additional postseason games they played in those 9 years. And it takes a toll. My thought is that Kansas City is probably, and maybe it's designed, maybe it's accidental, is conserving their strength for the part of the season where we're entering right now, where every game becomes important. Certainly once we get into the playoffs, they're going to have, most likely, unless they fall, they're going to have that wild card weekend bye. They play their best in January. They don't care if they win by 1. They don't care if they win by 5. They don't care how they win. They just want to win and be in position to save their best football. And I think that they are looking to be, because of all that football they've played over the last 4 or 5 years, extra football, they want to be as fresh as possible, especially considering the fact that they won't have had so much time off since earlier in the season when they had their bye.
What your thoughts of the college football, of the championship games, selection process, or seedings and point spreads and bowl matchups, and just all that we have said after the weekend?
Yeah, I almost would like to see them use the FCS format where they pick 24 teams, 8 teams get byes, and the other 16 play for the right to play the 8 who have byes. That way you can easily justify multiple teams from several of the conferences, and also teams that have 3 losses that might otherwise not have gotten in if you're limiting it to 12 teams. Now that would mean an extra game or 2 for some of these teams, but the alternative is, and again, there's so much subjectivity in it. I would like to see no more than 3 teams coming in from any conference except in unusual situations. You could argue it either way. Look, you can make a case for Texas. What was the best team that they beat this year? Texas A&M at the end of the season, and that was, they won that game, but it did get a little hairy late. You could almost make a case that maybe some other teams could have justified being in over than Texas. But if you go by the 2 losses, especially to the same team twice, which basically says maybe they can't compete against a team that logically could win the title. So there are a lot of issues to be decided. I think the committee got it right. I can understand those who would have favored Alabama over SMU. But as long as it's like the NCAA. Argue about team number 69. Well, you're going to argue about team number 13. Often there are legitimate arguments, but I think the committee got it right. I'll be interested to see how Indiana fares in their what would only be their second big test of the year when they go up against Notre Dame next Friday.
Charlie, certainly the ACC does not generate as much revenue as the SEC, but keeping to maintain the conference championship games and not allow a team to going into the conference championship game to be in and then to lose, to be out against an idle team. How much of that was it?
Definitely a little bit, because if the expansion of the playoff happens, which we think it will, then the future of the conference championship games is in jeopardy. And when the committee put this format together in the first place, they wanted conference championships to mean something. So that's why you had the format that you do. Well, now that means that Boise State and Arizona State are getting byes in the first round of playoffs, which doesn't look right to anybody because they're not the third and fourth.
The seeding will be changed next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you do that, then you compromise the integrity of the conference championship games, and you get more of the Lane Kiffin's of the world saying, man, I don't want to play in that game. I just want to get in the playoff. I don't want to play in that game. So that's the trade-off with those 2 things.
Yeah, well, you still can't have Boise and Arizona State 3 and 4.
I disagree. I think that conference championship games should mean something, and that automatic bye means something. So the conference championship games will have more integrity. Because if you don't, then the commissioner has too much discretion in saying, let's get 2 or 3 SEC teams in the top 4.
Andy, we're not talking about getting in. You telling me if Arizona State's the 11th seed that they're going to decline their invitation to get in? They're happy to be in there. Boise State's the 10th seed. We're seeding. We're talking about seeding only.
Yeah, seeding is subjective.
I understand, but who's got Boise State and Arizona State power rated ahead of,
Power ratings also are opinions.
Oh.
They're not hard and fast. They're just opinions used to say relative strength, but it's how you define it. There's no perfect system. So you want to make it as objective as possible. That's where the conference championship games earning the bye comes in.
But you're number one. But what happens is, Andy, is Oregon's your number 1 seed, is it not? Or is Oregon your number 1 seed? You're subjective.
They are.
Okay.
They are because they won their conference championship and they're the only undefeated.
Are they your? They're everybody's number one, Andy. Come on, it's a rhetorical question.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, you think their path is tougher than some of the other teams. So that's what you're trying to avoid. You're trying to seed strength, and so that you do reward the number one seed. That's what I'm talking about, and this is what happens when you have a Power Five conference gets you in conference champion. That's enough to maintain it. I mean, SMU, and Clemson are not one bit less enthusiastic about playing if it's just getting in. And I think Georgia and Texas, I don't think they're one bit less enthusiastic. They're going to get rewarded.
No, I'm just saying, if you're going to keep conference championship games as part of the process, reward whoever wins the conference with one of the top. I won't use the words one of the. I guess you have to use it. One of the top 4 seeds, one of the buys. Make those conference championships worth something. So you don't have teams thinking about, well, you know what? I'd rather not play in that game. I'm going to get in. I think I'm going to get in. Make the conference championships mean something in terms of be rewarded for winning your conference champion, and that way you've got the 4 conferences represented with the buys. Now, after 2 or 3 years, we find out that Arizona State and whoever comes in next year from the Big 12 is not a top 5 team, gets eliminated. Maybe you revise it. Maybe then what you're saying is absolutely right. But let's prove it on the field that those teams don't deserve to be rewarded for winning conference championships by getting a top seed.
How many people left in the Survivor we're talking about?
I think nobody got eliminated last week. I know that a couple of people had I think one person got eliminated to bet on the Titans against the Jags. So I think we're down to, I think it's 51.
Cousin of yours, Jimmy? Bet on the Titans?
No. And how about the guy that with $3 million bet on the Philadelphia Eagles money line? Charlie, we lost a little track of that. Did you see Leggett drop that ball inside the 5-yard line? He may score, but it's at least first and goal, down 6 with less than a minute to go.
You know, I heard about the play. I still haven't seen it.
Actually, when you see it live, you think he caught it, but it clearly hit the ground.
Yeah.
And
they hit the ground as he's dropping. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just I mean, Derek Stevens was out there. Hey, we're giving out a better number if anybody wants to bet Carolina Panthers straight up. So on the money line, but they, the little bridge jumper for it. But Carolina, and you know where Bryce Young and them started that drive? About his own 5-yard line. I mean, if we're going to lead them the length of the field, he's playing.
They've been a lot better the last month. A lot better.
And he's been
I saw this
a lot
morning,
better too.
They are now just under a field goal favorite against Dallas this week at home. The Panthers.
But they're playing better than Dallas. Huh, Charlie?
Yeah.
Especially with Cooper Rush playing quarterback. He was wild last night. I mean, he
is making sure he's not getting hit. He is not even setting his feet on some plays.
He looked like a pitcher who couldn't locate his fastball. I mean, he missed a lot of throws.
Well,
a lot of throws.
When he's just backing up and just throwing, I mean, and not, his mechanics are so screwed up, you're going to get that. You're going to get that. Andy, thank you, buddy. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you on Sunday as part of Football Sunday.
And I'll just leave it to one thing. I've got the Navy this week plus the 7 against Army.
Okay. All right. Horvath is expected to play in the game on Saturday. Thank you, Andy.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Don't forget our friends over at Workbox and Workbox Services. Workbox can handle all of your movable storage needs, commercial, residential. Our shipping containers come in various sizes. I mean, these units be customized for any use and any size as well. 8x8. 8x10, 8x20, and 8x40 feet for custom lunchrooms, offices, work sites for plumbers, for welders, dual purpose. You do part office, part storage, any type of way that you need it. So again, don't forget also we offer residential units as well for storage, moving, and et cetera. That's always nice when you're about to move and you bring the portable storage unit. You don't put it in there and then they transport it to your new house or wherever you move and everything, and you just pull it out. It is easy. It makes it much easier to move. Nobody enjoys that moving process. Give my buddy Martin Padial and Workbox a call at 343-4886, 343-4886, and workboxllc.com.
Live at Doe's, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
If you're a small business owner, you've probably noticed how the big banks like to force you into one-size-fits-all financial service products. At Neighbors Federal Credit Union, we've created a suite of flexible commercial checking accounts designed to fit the specific needs of your local business. And with 9 full-service locations throughout Greater Baton Rouge, we're always just around the corner. We're a local small business looking out for other local small businesses. Learn more about Neighbors commercial checking accounts by visiting neighborsfcu.org. Neighbors Federal Credit Union. We're here for you. Insured by NCUA.
If you're a Baton Rouge area business struggling to find employees, Tiger Labor and Staffing, a family-owned and operated business, is here to help. Whether it's light industrial work, warehousing, manufacturing, or just a little help on the job site, Tiger Labor and Staffing provides timely, professional employees to help your business get the job done. Reed Brunson and his team will handle background checks, payroll, and workers' compensation insurance. When it comes to temp staffing in Baton Rouge, whether it's a day, a week, or full-time, Tiger Labor and Staffing has the eye of the tiger. Visit the website to learn more, tigerlabor.com.
Congratulations are in order for one of my favorite places to eat, Snow's Seafood and Steaks, celebrating its 50th anniversary. That's right, since 1971, Snow's has been serving a wide assortment of menu items to please everyone. Steaks, seafood, gumbo, homemade soup, salads, specialty cocktails, great wine selection, and oh yes, the best white chocolate bread pudding that you'll find anywhere. It's the total dining experience. Happy 50th anniversary to my friends at Snow's Seafood and Steak, Airline Highway at Highway 74 in Gonzales.
If you're looking for some time away, but you don't want to go too far, the Cook Hotel at LSU is just what you've been searching for. Book your getaway today and enjoy a beautiful escape in any of their luxurious guest rooms or suites overlooking the gorgeous LSU lakes. Whether you're here to shop or stay, the Cook Hotel at LSU is where you can find it all. Stay for the weekend, come by, grab lunch, or shop at their alumni gift shop. Visit thecookhotel.com to book your stay today. That's thecookhotel.com.
Now that it's cooler outside, this is the perfect time of year to get new windows, doors, and siding by calling me, Tommy, from Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. Call us for a free quote, and then we recommend you get 1 or 2 other bids so we can show you how we do it for less with some of the exact same products as our competitors and superior customer service. Please check us out today at GoTommys.com. That's GEAUX Tommys.com for Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding.
Go Tommys.
Brandon Holly here. You want a company that has a true lifetime warranty? ReliefWindows.com, baby.
Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny from Doe's Eat Place on Government Street on 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
The guy who never would talk about hypotheticals when he was in the league coaching has now all of a sudden become very open to talking about possibilities. Bill Belichick is still in talks with North Carolina about the school's coaching job. In fact, he's sharing some of the details with Pat McAfee, talking about good conversations. We'll see how it goes. Allegedly, he handed them a 400-page manual on how he wants to run the entire organization at North Carolina. John Summerall pulled his name out of this thing on Sunday. So this no longer looks like any kind of stunt, which I'll be honest with you, Jimmy, the first time I heard about this, that Bill Belichick might actually be the coach at North Carolina, I'm like, okay, what's the reason? Is he trying to spark up? I have no idea why any NFL team would need to have a fire lit under them to hire this guy, but I never thought that this had any legs at all. And now apparently it does. I don't know why this is what he wants to do.
You don't have the detailed quote of him talking about it would be an NFL preparation program.
Best way to get to the NFL.
30?
I'm paraphrasing.
But he's saying that we'll have, to tell me how what's my payroll, what's this and that. North Carolina going to step up to the plate?
I don't know. They have made at least enough assurances to get this far. I thought this would be, one little.
Well, they're thinking about it. They would have offered him if they're ready.
You wouldn't still be this deep into it if they weren't at least a little bit serious. First class, second class, no class from Doe's when we return. 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
We're here to examine things that get better with age, like this bottle of Chateau Lafite Rothschild, vintage 1877. Age can make things more valuable, like this Picasso from his blue period, 1904. and treasured, like this Roto-Rooter jingle, 1954.
Roto-Rooter jingle?
Just listen to it.
Oh, Roto-Rooter, that's the name. And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
The timeless melody.
Roto-Rooter?
The lithe arrangement.
But it's a clog-busting company.
Wrong there. Roto-Rooter has grown into more than a clog-busting company. They're North America's largest full-service plumber and drain cleaner. And when you need Roto-Rooter, remembering this jingle can be priceless.
Roto-Rooter.
For all of your plumbing and drainage solutions, call Roto-Rooter in Baton Rouge at 925-8710. That's 925-8710.
Hey, pet parents. With Progressive's collision coverage, you get extra protection for your cat or dog because there's nothing worse than seeing your pet hurt. Like when you see their face after accidentally stepping on their tail, and you say, "I'm so sorry, Mr. Pickles." But as you kiss his nose and rub his little belly welly, you know Mr. Pickles is thinking, "You betrayed me." Anywho, Progressive pays up to $1,000 in vet bills if your pet is injured in an auto accident. Learn more at Progressive.com and watch where you step. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Collision coverage subject to policy terms. Not available in all states.
Welcome to Staples.
Help! My family's in for the holidays and I need gift ideas.
That's why we're here. Staples has amazing deals on everything you need. Photo gifts, laptops, and gaming systems. Even custom holiday cards and shipping solutions to send gifts to the family that can't make it.
Perfect! Have anything for Uncle Frank? I love him, but the guy is never quiet.
Noise-canceling headphones. For you.
You get it.
Unwrap huge holiday savings at Staples. And right now at Staples, save up to $350 on select computers. Ends 12/28, in-store only.
The Grand Bayou Casino, conveniently located off I-10 at exit 139 in Grostead, offers the latest video poker machines 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Got a great staff at the Grand Bayou Casino. Our inviting staff will greet you with complimentary coffee and sodas as you enjoy listening to the curated tunes in our comfortable seating. Make the trip to the Grand Bayou Casino, where players are welcome. The Grand Bayou Casino, I-10 at the Grostead exit. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-877-770-STOP. The Grand Bayou Casino.
Winter is coming, Baton Rouge. Stay warm and cozy with a new energy-efficient Rheem HVAC system from Capital City Comfort. This November, take advantage of special financing and expert installation on all new units. Visit CapitalCityComfortBR.com today. Your comfort is our priority.
Do you feel like you get hurt at the most inconvenient times? Brock's After Hours Clinic has you covered for a break, sprain, or strain. Open 7 days a week, nights and weekends. Walk-ins welcome. Learn more, brortho.com.
This holiday season, treat yourself to the gift of luxury at Genesis of Baton Rouge. While you're checking off your holiday to-do list, we'll take care of the rest with our exclusive concierge services. Need a test drive? We'll bring the vehicle to you. Got service scheduled? Our valet picks up and returns your vehicle, saving you precious time to focus on what matters most. Because luxury isn't just about the vehicle, it's about the experience. Visit genesisofbatonrouge.com and give yourself the holiday gift you deserve. Genesis of Baton Rouge. Luxury delivered.
When you've been in the industry for over 20 years, you learn a few things. For one thing, you learn your product inside and out, but you also learn how to ask the right questions and give satisfying answers. Jim's Firearms.
Why do billion-dollar insurance companies regularly delay and deny valid claims? Because that's how they got to be billion-dollar insurance companies. If you've been injured, I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7969.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers, LA 21 12681. Offices in Baton Rouge. Live at lunch, first class.
On a seat in first class where I was booked and ticketed over a month ago.
Second class.
No man should be subjected to the indignity of being labeled or treated like a second-class citizen.
And no class.
Like I become like school on Sunday. No class. I'll tell you what then. Why don't you call me sometime when you have no class?
First class, second class, and no class. Brought to you by Supreme Rice. Buy local with Louisiana-based Supreme Rice since 1936.
Here at Doe's Eat Place, holiday parties. We got holiday parties going on right now while we're sitting here.
Yep. Brasco people in the Crown Town Room, big holiday luncheon that's going on there. Of course, Church Point Guru and his birthday. So that's all over here. I mean, everybody paying for his meal today. So, all right, you're missing out today. So, anyway, yeah, just call my buddy Scotty over here at Doe's. So, great plate lunches, man. The hamburger steak, the catfish plate, the spaghetti and meatballs, or different burgers, or grilled, blackened, or Nashville hot style chicken sandwiches that you can dress any type of way. Hand cut French fries, that's always good over here at Doe's Eat Place.
First class. They announced the Heisman finalists yesterday, and all of these guys are very deserving. And we know that Travis Hunter is going to win this thing. Dylan Gabriel, Cam Ward, Ashton Genty are all finalists. I would have loved it if they could have found a way to extend an invite to Bryson Daly, the quarterback from Army. I know that he's not going to win it, and Hunter deserves to win it. We've been kind of through that. But Daly had one hell of a year for Army. The guy rushed for just under 1,500 yards, 29 touchdowns. He threw 8 touchdown passes, only 1 interception. They don't throw the ball very much, obviously. Only 79 times all season. But did this guy go out there and put that team on his back, however many games out of the 11 that he played, that you want to say, absolutely demolished Tulane the other night. And that was the third time this season he's had at least 4 touchdowns rushing in a game. I understand that it's a subjective process to how they invite the players up to New York, but they've had 5 up there before. I thought it would have been a nice honor. And, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm going to give him a little bit of extra credit for playing for Army. I think the easiest schedule to have. So first class to the young man. He's had a phenomenal year. Army-Navy this weekend, one of the best quarterback matchups in the history of that series coming up this weekend with Daly and Horvath. So we'll be watching that. But I wish you'd got an invite, Jimmy.
Charlie, don't act like the guy got shortchanged. I mean, come on, man. He's a starting quarterback for the first conference champion in how long? He's fine.
I'm not saying he got shortchanged. I'm saying that I would have liked to have seen
when
him
they have
get an
the
invite.
anniversary and they celebrate the team, he'll have to share with how many other living members of the previous Army conference championship teams.
Well, they haven't been in a conference very often, but yeah, I get it.
They got the home. They played in the 20-degree weather.
They'll remember
against
the conference
Tulane
championship.
Greenies from New Orleans.
They'll remember the Navy game more than they'll remember the conference championship game. Probably that's everything up there. We talked about how big Michigan and Ohio State is, or Auburn and Alabama.
This is pretty damn big.
It is. I would have liked to have seen him get, and of course he wouldn't have been there. Obviously, I get it, but. Or maybe they could have got it.
First year in the American? This is their first year?
Yeah.
Win it?
They did.
Can we level the playing field with these military schools, huh?
Level the playing field. Bryson Daly, my first class this week.
How many carries did he have Friday night?
25.
Well, that's 127 over four games. So, I mean, have you seen a quarterback run it so much?
36
times a game?
Wait, hang on. The last 5 games, 31, 36, 38, 27,
I know you have 102 going into this one, the last 3.
Yeah.
That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, he has averaged over 30 carries a game for the last 5, and he's scored 15 touchdowns.
Coming off of an injury.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mid-season injury.
He's he's listed at 6'2", 220.
My favorite, was it Marshall? That no, it was no UAB. He runs a keeper to the left side in the first half against him, and he stiff arms the guy. He stiff armed this guy who was coming in his helmet, almost like he dribbled his his helmet off the ground. I'm like, no, this guy is poor man's Tim Tebow. He's tough, man.
Yeah,
he's real tough.
He really is.
Yeah.
Fantastic, and a great performance in the conference championship game. Second class. You did hear, of course, that a couple of quarterbacks are in the transfer portal. One of them is Darian Mensah, a quarterback from Tulane. Another one is Malik Murphy. You want to call him Malik Murphy?
Malik, get it right.
Malik Murphy. And Murphy is leaving Duke, where he had a pretty good season. They were 9-3. He threw for right at 3,000 yards. He had a good year. And now Duke is bringing in Darian Mensah for a visit apparently this weekend.
Well, Mensah's selling himself short.
I was okay, so that's where I'm going with this. That's why I got it in second class. I don't know when Duke became the center of the quarterback universe, or if there's some kind of quarterback whisperer. In fact, Mensah's not going this weekend; he's going today, so it may shake out even before that. Murphy's not going to play in the bowl game for Duke, and he's going to be in the transfer portal. So I ask you, Jimmy, if you had a choice between Mensah and Murphy, who would you take?
Mensah.
That's what I think too. He's got a lot more. Put it this way: what he accomplished as a freshman, Murphy has accomplished in his third year. Mensah's accomplished in his first year. The biggest difference between the two is Murphy's a significantly bigger player. He's about 30 pounds or so heavier and about 2 inches taller than Mensah. But I love Mensah's game. When we were talking yesterday, with Auburn, would you be interested in Mensah?
Yes, they are.
If you. I can pick other schools. Certainly,
why would he not go to Auburn?
Then, and I don't know how much Auburn has pursued him. No, if there's no comparison between Auburn.
Do they
and
need
Duke.
to pursue you? I mean, really, if it comes to Duke's offering me this, hey Auburn, what can you give me? We'll give 50% more. Get on over here.
Hugh Freeze made this mistake last year. He didn't go try to find a quarterback. Was what hamstrung him the whole first half of the season. So let's not act like it's automatic that Auburn's going to go all in and try to find a transfer portal quarterback. They should, but
don't you think they learn from his mistake? Don't you think you're going to go get a proven guy?
Mensah's at Duke today. He's not in Auburn. I mean, now he's not the only quarterback out there. There's other guys.
That's messed up.
If you're Auburn, yeah. If you're saying
if you're Mensah,
where am I? Yeah, I don't know why.
Come on.
I don't know what his.
Who do you think is better, Mensah or Will Howard? He's at Ohio State.
I think Mensah.
This guy's a freshman.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying.
Jeez.
Before the season, I would have. Okay, I can't.
He throws the ball with more touch than Murphy.
He's a better player. Okay,
yeah, he's a better player.
Now, to say at the beginning of the season, I would have taken him sight unseen over Will Howard, who had started for 3 years at Kansas State for a situation like Ohio State.
3 years.
He didn't start.
He came in for the. He started the last. He was the starter, but he only started like 2 games at the end of this, 2 or 3 games at the end of the season when they upset TCU.
Okay.
So yeah, so two plus.
I would have had a hard time handing Ohio State to a freshman. Now it might have worked out because the kid's really good, but Ohio State wanted to win the whole thing this year.
Do you think Mensah is going to have a better season next year?
Next year, yes.
Than Will Howard had this year.
Yes.
We're talking about this is the offseason compared to last offseason when Ohio State nudged McCord out and brought it. And to your point, they may have would make sense of it. They thought they were going to get Cam Ward. I mean, if you're Ohio State, I can see where you would make that mistake. Yes, we're going to get him ahead of Miami. I can see that.
Right.
When
Murphy went to Duke, he had offers from Oregon State, South Carolina, and Baylor out of the transfer portal. He was a very highly rated recruit when he went to Texas. He ended up picking Duke. There was an erroneous report yesterday that Lenore Sellers had entered the transfer portal. That turned out not to be true, though they are not positive that he won't. There's a little bit of smoke there. I'd take him over all of these guys, but South Carolina, with Sellers on the team, offered Murphy a scholarship last offseason. Just if you're trying.
Well, you didn't know Sellers was going to have the year he did.
No, of course not. He very lightly raced as a.
I mean, he kind of got more consistent as the season went on. That's what you're looking for.
I asked you yesterday when we were riding back. All SEC quarterback preseason next year if Nussmeier comes back. Jalen Milroe, Nico, Lenore Sellers. I mean, it's a pretty crowded group.
Don't you think Manning, he ain't gonna get no votes?
I'm sure he will. He wouldn't if I were voting. I'd vote for the 4 guys that I just named.
Well, the guy that's probably going to get it is the one who had the best year this year. And the reason, and Lagway and Sellers were both very good, but Sellers played more games. He did it more, and his team accomplished more. And so he's going to be your preseason number 1 next
No, it's going to be Jalen Milroe, don't you think?
Sellers is better, Charlie.
Yeah, but who I didn't ask you that. Who do you think?
Sellers had the same season with less of a supporting cast. Who are you going to take in a game right now, Sellers or Milroe?
I'm going to take Sellers.
Right. So, I mean, no, I think Sellers is going to get.
I think the media is going to vote for Milroe.
Charlie, media days aren't in Birmingham anymore.
I don't care if they're on the moon. He's the Alabama quarterback.
You should care because less Alabama media members are in Dallas than they were in Birmingham.
Sure. And I bet you he still gets it.
Okay.
Well,
I won't bet you that the president's going to pass.
I didn't say he was going to pass. He was going to resign. She probably should have. Anyway, no class this week. This one goes to our friend over at Alabama, the AD, Greg Bryan, who picked this particular outlet, this particular spot to complain about the 12-team field. There's only a few things wrong with him. Disappointed. Felt like we were one of the 12 best teams in the country. Had an extremely challenging schedule and recognized there were 2 games in particular where we didn't perform as well as we should have. Yeah, no kidding. Pick your spots a little bit better than this. If you want to go to war over power rankings or strength of schedule and all that stuff, you got to do it in a year where you didn't lose to 2 6-6 football teams. I understand your schedule was tougher than some of the teams that made the playoff, but if you've lost your high ground if you have to defend a team that lost to 2 6-6 teams. Even if you
but it's never going to have the best 12 teams.
No,
very rarely.
Not with AQ.
Rarely is it going to have
with
the best
AQs.
12.
No, it's not. And then this is the other part. He says we don't need to hang our heads, but we do have to look and see how we need to assess our non-conference games in the future. Well, you played Wisconsin. You didn't lose to Wisconsin. Wisconsin was a middle-of-the-road team. I think, if you're looking for reasons that you got left out of the college football playoff, Wisconsin didn't have anything to do with it. I understand what he's saying moving forward is, what if we lose one of these games? But that's not what kept you out this year. Again, if, let's say Georgia had gone 9-3, but they had lost to Clemson. You say, man, what are we doing playing Clemson? Okay. If the loss to Clemson had kept Georgia out of the field, if they had lost that game, they won that game easy. But let's just hypothetically say they had lost it. Well, then you got a case. Clemson's not somebody Georgia usually schedules. So then you say, okay, well, we didn't make it. We got to rethink this. And I am concerned that this playoff will dilute the non-conference schedules. I'm very concerned about that. But this is the wrong messenger, and this is the wrong year for him. I just don't get it.
They think they're going to get the benefit of the doubt because they have in the past. Okay. But yes, this is easy pickings to pick on this guy. He's trying to make some sort of public statement because his fan base wants something. And you know what? They're all going to say, yeah, you're right. Did you see what Saban said? Oh, yeah, we're getting screwed. Okay, you're getting screwed. No.
He's playing to his audience. I'll give him that.
Yes, he's playing to his audience. But, you thought Alabama was going to get in if SMU lost.
I did.
Okay.
I did.
And so, until I saw the odds, so I kind of certainly affected. But immediately after I looked and I was like, whoa. Okay. And I was surprised. I was surprised because, minus $5 going in, plus $3.90 or minus $3.90 the other way after a close loss. By the way, because SMU showed me some lack of big time. Their lack of handling the big stage put them in the hole. They were careless with the ball. They couldn't play any defense.
Took them some time to settle in.
Yes,
it was a little bit
acted
too
like
much.
a team that didn't belong. Arizona State didn't.
No, they didn't.
They didn't.
From the very beginning. One more thing that Brian did in this little series of comments, he gave a vote of confidence to Kalen DeBoer. You got eyes on the boots on the ground, eyes on the scene in Tuscaloosa. Is he in? How hot is his seat next year? Really cool, a little warm, a little hot.
Oh, you can't go 0-2 to the playoff at Alabama.
Doesn't make the playoff next year. He gets fired.
He probably. I don't want to speak. This is Burns hire now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But you go 0-2 in a 12-team playoff because just as your athletic director doesn't even know. It's not the best 12 teams, okay? In his public statement, he doesn't even know. What's not? Well, tell those people that. we're not in the top 12 in the country. Well, no, it's maybe like the top 9 this year.
Yeah.
But
and next year he does get Milroe back, so he gets an experienced quarterback back. But I imagine it comes with a hefty price tag and more expectations. As if there could be any more expectations at Alabama, they're going to say, "Hey, you got the preseason all-conference quarterback. We expect you to win."
Well, he did follow it up in a statement. Says, after being the lifeblood of this conference for so long, do you think we get preferential treatment like a newcomer, like Texas did?
That's what he should have said. Now that would
be more.
That would have.
Oh, would that make more sense?
I would love a public tinkling match between Texas and Alabama. Yeah, watch my language here today.
The president's health and you public tinkling. No. Charlie, you can't tinkle in public. It's a citation.
It is against the law.
Please don't do that.
And I didn't bet on the president's health. I bet on the president's candidacy. How's that?
He got smoked, but he pardoned his son, huh?
He did.
Can't win them all, Charlie.
I thought I had a very good chance to win that bet when I made it. Obviously, I didn't.
You got smoked, Charlie.
First class, second class, no class, brought to you by Supreme Rice and the new parboiled rice that you have really taken a liking to. Restaurant quality rice.
Man, great. I mean, I did like 3 batches, loaded up my Ziplocs because we used a lot of it for the holidays. Sent EJ off with, his own pack and his, a couple of frozen quarts of the gumbo, the holiday gumbo, chicken and sausage with a little turkey in there as well. Oysters, that oyster water as well. That's your best stock that you can make is your oyster water. So yeah, man, it's firm. It's a long grain rice. It's got less residue when you kind of rinse it off. It is just, I never could figure out how to get that restaurant quality when boiling or steaming my rice at home. I got it now. It's the rice you're using. It's a parboiled rice. You can find it wherever Supreme Rice products are placed in your grocery store. And they're pretty much at every grocery store in town as well.
Climate Smart program that Supreme Rice is a part of ensures that the future generations of Louisiana farmers will be able to take advantage of the same things as the current ones will. So they're promoting methane emission reductions and promoting water conservation. For more information, great recipes, go to supremerice.com.
Real quick, on the way out, Georgia loses. Their non-conference win against Clemson might have been the difference in them getting in.
Yeah, might have been. LSU needed that Virginia Tech win in 2007. I know different format, but they needed it. Sometimes it can help.
Virginia Tech finished as the ACC champion certainly helped, and Clemson finishing as the ACC champion would have had to help.
Live at Doe's, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
Electric Man of Baton Rouge is here to help with 24/7 residential and commercial electrical services. With years of experience, Electric Man aims to deliver fast and dedicated electrical services without compromising safety, quality, and integrity. Licensed and insured professionals to do the job for you worry-free. Electric Man offers guaranteed appointment times and free estimates, offering veteran and senior discounts also. Find Electric Man at electricmanbatonrouge.com to schedule your guaranteed appointment time. electricmanbatonrouge.com, 225-800-7065.
Make LeBear's Baton Rouge your game day headquarters this season. Watch all the games on their giant screen TVs, tackle the area's best game day food and beverages with all your friends, and get in all the hockey and football action this winter with Pin Play and ESPN Bet. Pin's online sportsbook now live in Louisiana. Score big this season at LeBear's Baton Rouge, however you want to play. Must be 21 years or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700 for help.
I'm Insurance Commissioner Tim Temple. Medicare open enrollment runs from October 15th to December 7th. This is your once-a-year opportunity to make changes to your Medicare plan. Need support? The Senior Health Insurance Information Program can guide you through the process. Our team is trained to educate, counsel, and assist seniors and other Medicare beneficiaries in Louisiana so you can make the best decision for your health and budget. For additional help, call SHIP at 1-800-259-5300.
Sponsored by the Louisiana Senior Health Insurance Information Program.
Baseball and softball players of all levels get the competitive edge you've been looking for at Total Diamond Performance. Do the same lessons, camps, classes, and clinics used by top college and MLB organizations. Everything from mental performance, in-game video, and data analysis to improve pitching, throwing velocity, bat speed, and fielding. Total Diamond Performance is tailored around the individual player to build strength and athleticism while also cleaning up mechanical deficiencies. Matt Mastretta applies what he's learned working in player development with college and MLB teams. Total Diamond Performance, 931-3730. That's 931-3730.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card.
One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
Designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
Lowe's knows how to help you save time and money, no matter the job. That's why we can deliver supplies to your job site as soon as same day, so you have more time to get the job done. Because when you need it fast, we've got you covered. Lowe's knows pros. Valid on eligible in-stock orders and select zip codes placed by 2 p.m. for same-day delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. More terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
This hour of Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny is brought to you by Dana Brown at the law offices of O.C. Brown, 343-1111, and OCBrown.com. Roto-Rooter for all your plumbing needs, 925-8710. Supreme Rice, grown, milled, processed in Louisiana since 1936. United Community Bank, the local way to bank big. Lofton Staffing Services, 924-0200, and Lofton.jobs. Tex Morris at Edward Jones Investments on Jefferson Highway, 928-8659. Total Maintenance, your one-stop shop for AC, electrical, generators, and plumbing. Service today, every day for Total Maintenance. The LSU Alumni Association and the Cook Hotel and Conference Center. For reservations, thecookhotel.com.
Great. Your windshield cracked. Now what? Call Advanced Windshield. You have things to do. That's why they come to you. Advanced Windshield is the leading mobile, auto glass, and camera calibration provider in our area. Call 225-248-6788 or visit advancedwindshield.com.
Christmas carols with Jake and James of Trash Rangers.
Frosty the Trash Man, call Trash Rangers.
Good Lord.
I can't believe y'all made me do this.
Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. 5 brands on one lot. Shop BayouAutomotive.com.
Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny from Doe's Eat Place on Government Street on 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
Remember, you can always get the show on demand, 1045ESPN.com, plus the new LouisianaSports.net. We're dropping a new Handycast on YouTube tonight with Richard Dixon as we kind of do our season in review for LSU. Jimmy, yesterday we were talking. I asked you about the liabilities in setting lines for bowl games, not knowing exactly how many people might opt out or get in the transfer portal, because we had all of these lines out on the weekend. I got to ask you about one of the most important ones, not a bowl game. Well, it will be a bowl game, but it's a playoff game, and that's Georgia with Carson Beck. They're being pretty vague about his potential return in this thing. It's an elbow injury. When he went back in to hand the ball off at the end, they said that he could not raise his arm up, any range of motion at all. We saw Gunnar Stockton play in that game. He averaged 4.4 yards per attempt, and watching that was pretty obvious that they were going to be careful. I don't blame Kirby Smart at all.
No, he's trying to get through the game.
Best chance to win the game.
He'll have to expand his aggression with him moving forward. They'll have all the reps. He is a highly recruited player, so he's not, the Florida transfer from Ivy League, and so, but I don't know how much they can expand it, seeing how careful they were. They were scared to death of him. He was throwing screens and he was running quarterback draws, and that was it. And they were trying to get out of there. I thought the offensive line did a heck of a job of giving them a better chance. They played the same way they did in the first half. They're losing by 14-20. But they stepped it up immediately, had to take some of the pressure off the kid, and they did. And to the point where that was correlated with the switch. And if Beck plays the whole game, they weren't going to win. I mean, do they step up the game even if Beck was healthy and continue to play after getting lit into at halftime for not competing? Maybe so, but I did see it with the other quarterbacks. So it's one of those things, man. The quarterback switch at Texas A&M LSU this year. I mean, Matt Mock in the 2001 SEC championship game against a highly talented Tennessee team that just went down to the swamp and beat a really good Florida team. you're going to have to expand it, but it hurts. You want your starting quarterback. I mean, what can he be? 65%, 75, 85? Probably not going to be 100, huh?
They've got 3 weeks before they got to play. And obviously, we don't have a spread because we don't have an opponent yet.
Which back do you get?
That's the other question. I mean,
so not just even at 100%, you don't know what you're getting.
So what's he worth on a point spread from him to Stockton? You've seen them both. What's he worth? 3 points, 4 points.
It's not good. It's not good to compare because they actually got a jolt. See, you can the fallen soldier syndrome theory. That group short term can rally.
Yeah,
you can play inspire, but long term is going to get you. I think that's what you got in this case.
He also had the benefit of being able to practice for 3 weeks, knowing he would have to start if they're keeping that close to the vest and they know the
The odds makers are more conservative than me. I would 3.5, 4.
That's kind of where I was too.
You just threw that out, and I think that's accurate.
I don't think he's worth a full touchdown, but I think he's worth at least
he's
more
not
than a field
consistent
goal.
enough.
Right?
No.
Georgia also this kind of got lost in the shuffle. They lost his starting punter in the game, and he's going to be out for the year. He was a Ray Guy finalist. He was one of the top 2 or 3 punters in the country.
So they lost their starting punter Saturday.
Yeah. He
was out for the year.
Out for the year. He will miss all of the playoffs.
Was that on defending a punt or he got hit? I don't remember getting hit.
I didn't either. But it was his non-kicking leg that he's going to have surgery on, and he was really good. He was trying to make a tackle. Is that what it was?
Yeah, that's what it had to be on coverage because
right.
I didn't see him get hit.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So they're going to be down. And sometimes, man, look. That punter, you get into a field position game with somebody.
Well, they sure played a field position game Saturday.
Yeah, they and they had to.
Yeah,
they had to.
Yeah, and with the backup quarterback, you were a little double whammy, right there for Georgia. I don't know.
Kind of tough.
I don't know.
Tough for them Georgia Bulldogs.
Oh, poor Kirby. I love how he gave it to. I mean,
he's having Christmas lunch with Greg Sankey.
What'd you think of Sankey's reaction right after? I mean, he just took it, kinda ignored it. What else can you do?
Sankey's as the role of commissioner, you can't take the bait every time somebody like this. I suspect that there was a private phone call. He was like, "Cool it, Kirby," but I don't think he wanted to get into a public deal. It doesn't do the league any good.
Kirby and them notice Texas schedule?
Well, given his comments, yes, I would say that he did. This is what I think happened. Okay, they had a call. Kirby said, "Look, heated a moment right after the game. I was emotional. Maybe I shouldn't have said it that way." And Sankey's like, "Okay, cool. Don't do it again." And then they move on.
The 3 schedules, I said, these are the favorable ones. Okay, and we're talking about Texas, Tennessee, and Missouri. 2 of the 3 got in, and the third was close.
Yeah, if Missouri had pulled out that game,
Tennessee's not as good as Alabama, Ole Miss, or South Carolina, my opinion.
Tennessee did beat Alabama
at home, close game.
Yeah, it was
at home, overtime close game.
Mm-hmm. I think those teams are very, very comparable. But okay, yeah, I mean, I'm not saying Alabama couldn't beat them for sure.
I think Alabama would.
I don't know that there's a lot of
Tennessee's best win after that.
After Alabama. Good. Yeah, can I get back to you?
Yeah, exactly. You get back to me when they play some more teams. Don't forget our friends at Electric Man of Baton Rouge, electricmanbatonrouge.com. Installations. If your home or business has electrical emergencies, Electric Man can come right to your doorstep 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Our professionals can repair, replace, install complex electrical wirings, electrical panels, or new outlets in a breeze as well. And so since the pandemic, we're doing a lot more work at home offices. And so why not go that extra step and provide the proper electrical outlets and lighting that you need to secure your, to make it more operable, to convert that extra bedroom or that office space into an actual business office. Lighting, electrical safety, whatever it is, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Electric Man, 372-5356, and electricmanbatonrouge.com.
Vandy and Oklahoma, the 2 teams that beat Alabama. Well, that's
best win.
Best I can do.
Best wins.
That's the best I can do. Maybe Florida, if you like that one a little bit better. Live at lunch, live from Doe's 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch. The Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny Restaurant Club. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, downtown facing Town Square. At Jolie Pearl, we're pretty shucking good. Snow Seafood and Steak for over 50 years on Airline, Highway, and Highway 74 in Gonzales. Doe's Place for hand-cut steaks on Government Street and Mid-City. Louis Cafe, a Baton Rouge landmark since 1941. Just outside the north gates of LSU. Finbom, sushi, burrito, poke, ramen at Burbank and Lee. And Phil's Oyster Bar since 1950 on Government Street to now in the South Downs Shopping Center.
Well, why don't you just come right out and say it?
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the Jim's Firearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Say what? Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the Jim's Firearms.net hotline. Get the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge mobile app powered by Bayou Ford and tap the microphone icon to send us your thoughts in an audio message. Your message could be played on air. Find our app in the Apple or Google Play Store. For direct links, visit 1045ESPN.com.
Bow and waterfowl season is open, and Southern Outfitters is your one-stop shop. Fully stocked with decoys, full-service bow repair, and sales. Tree stands, hang-ons, and hunting apparel for the entire family. Visit Southern Outfitters in Zachary and at SouthernOutfittersLA.com.
Workbox can handle all of your movable storage needs, commercial and residential. Our shipping containers come in various sizes, 8x8, 8x10, 8x20, or even 8x40 feet. Not just one size. These units can be customized for any use. Custom lunchrooms, offices, work sites for plumbers or welders, dual purpose, part office, part storage, climate control, shelving, lighting, using different materials, whatever you need. Give my buddy Martin Padial at Workbox a call at 343-4886, 343-4886, and workboxllc.com.
It's time for the 13th annual Rare Whiskey Raffle at Calandro's Supermarket, Thursday, December the 12th. We'll broadcast live at lunch from Calandro's and return that afternoon for the raffle. Thanks to our sponsor, the Highland Insurance Group. Don't miss your chance to win some of the most sought-after bottles of rare whiskey while giving back, as the raffle entry fees will benefit the 4Kids Foundation and St. Lillian Academy. A big thanks to the Highland Insurance Group for making our afternoon remote possible at Calandro's.
There are trucks, then there's the truck. GMC Sierra, with available features like the V8 engine, the ultimate luxury interior, and of course, the available world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra, not just any truck, the truck. GMC's continued commitment to professional-grade engineering is on full display at your Bayou GMC dealer. Come take a test drive today and see for yourself. We are professional-grade GMC.
By now, you know that we do our show every other Tuesday at the Crown Sound Room at Doe's Place. The Crown Sound Room is ideal for larger groups, or if you just want to watch the game on one of our 3 large TVs. The tamales are the most popular appetizer, but don't forget the seared tuna with the sriracha glaze for the perfect blend of sweet and spicy. You can't go wrong also with the flash-fried oysters or the shrimp. The porterhouse is the perfect steak to share. Strip on one side, filet on the other, prepared at different temps if you like, bone in to maximize flavor. Doe's Place on Government Street, just off Acadian in the heart of Mid-City.
This season, let Hooters put the happy in your holidays. For the perfect holiday party, grab wings to go or host at Hooters and let us do the work. Plus, Hooters gift cards, perfect for everyone on your list. And for a limited time, when you buy a $25 card, you get $5 in bonus bucks. Look, you need a break from all the hustle and bustle? Head to Hooters for $19.99 snow crab legs. Wild caught, steamed to perfection, and served with a side of butter. Hooters crab legs are guaranteed to make you happy. 'Tis the season for Hooters.
Do you plan to travel, work part-time, or move somewhere warmer when you retire? At Edward Jones, we understand that no 2 retirement paths are the same. Contact your local financial advisor today.
In Baton Rouge, call Tex Morris. In LaPlace, call Robert Hemel. And in Baton Rouge, call Will Neighbors.
Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny from Doe's Place on Government Street on 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
Back here at Doe's live at lunch. We had a streak on the line on Sunday, Jimmy. In the Saints and Giants game, the Giants had lost. They had failed to cover in
they backdoored it,
seven straight. And they get to cover for the first time since October the 6th. So that was the longest streak. That blew my mind, by the way. Longest streak in NFL history of not covering the spread. We got another streak, and Andy Iskoe kind of tipped us off to this earlier. But the Carolina Panthers are a favorite this week. First time since week 15 of the 2022 season that they have been a favorite over anybody in the league. They've been underdogs in 33 straight games, 6th longest since the merger, and the longest since the Jaguars were going through absolute hell from 2012 to 2014. If they cover as a favorite, they have not covered as a favorite since 2021. I'm going to give you one more number. I kind of gave it away. Who's got the most? We knew who had the most games not covering in a row in the NFL. Who's got the longest current streak of covers in the NFL?
Current streak covering
yep.
in the NFL. Is it the Panthers?
It is the Panthers.
Yeah.
Same team. I said I kind of tipped it off there. They've covered in 5 straight games, and they were a 13.5-point underdog against the Eagles on Sunday, and come a Xavier Legette catch away from winning the game outright.
Well, Philly would have had a little time to try and get a field goal. They don't have a whole lot of faith in a field goal place kicker right now, but it had to lead with less than a minute to go. That would have been fun to watch.
Yeah. We talked about it.
Where was the guy with the $3 million money line bet on Philadelphia watching the game? Jeez.
Probably from a bathroom stall throwing up somewhere. I mean, that's where I would have been. I mean, I'm watching these
Bryce
guys.
Young, they took over at their own 2-yard line on this drive. And it ended at the 37 on 4th and 9. That was the same. It was 2nd and 4 where Young threw downfield to Xavier Legette, and he was about the 5-yard line. May or may not gotten in. I'm not sure, but it was going to be a touchdown or the 1 or 2 first and goal with Chuba Hubbard, and that was with 52 seconds to go.
Been a real interesting year for Bryce Young. He went from first 2 games, lowest QBR in the league, benched. But when he came back, he's played pretty well. He's got a middle-of-the-road QBR since week 9, 13th in the NFL. So we talked a lot about Young and where his place in the league is. We both think he's a starting quarterback. You've always liked him a little bit more than me, but I've been impressed with how far he's come. A lot of quarterbacks don't take to a benching real well, especially in an organization that's been pretty volatile since he's been there. And when you haven't been a favorite, when you haven't had a whole lot good happen to you for a year and a half in the league, it's easy to get down. So I give him a lot of credit for that. He stayed with it. Hubbard has been a nice get for them, and Adam Thielen has been a help to him in the last few weeks.
Adam Thielen,
but there's not a lot of talent there.
Adam Thielen's not good. Not even a start for some teams. There is some chemistry between those two.
Well, that's kind of my point. He's the top of the league.
He had to remove himself on this last drive because he was just so damn winded. He's 5 years past his prime,
and that's the best they got.
Yeah, yes, because Legette dropped 3. That was his 3rd drop on his drive. And it was the 3rd and 12, the one he held on to. It was kind of a basket catch. But 3rd and 12, so the first 2 plays when they took over at the 3, it was 3rd and 12 from the 1. And Young he's pressured as usual, and he had to avoid a couple of guys and found time to hit Legette for 31 yards to kind of get that drive going. The point is, he's never going to get better. He takes his hits. The durability is going to be what it is, okay? But they can help him. I mean, but again, we're talking about crappy organizations. I mean,
they're high on the list.
You think they're going to be able to surround him with a supporting cast, or are they even going to draft another guy? I think he's shown enough where let's get some other pieces around him.
Absolutely, I wouldn't give up on him at this point and draft another quarterback. Right now, they'd have the 4th pick in the draft. If the
offensive line has got to be 25 or lower, ranked as a unit. The receiving core has to be 25 or lower. The running game is not great, but Hubbard is good. And he's been good, but that's middle of the road, even with Hubbard. And so, I mean, you just got to give him a chance. But he has sped things up. He is okay. He's a different guy. Then they only started with 2 games start this season.
2 games, and then they put him on the bench.
Yeah,
he was awful in those 2. He was awful in those 2 games.
But the benching has improved him.
He showed me some toughness. There's no question.
Well, it's just not toughness. He's done things. You give
playing
it perspective.
Better.
You get perspective when you sit down. There's no pressure there, but you can. He's a different guy. He's a different guy. So the sitting him down, give him a little seasoning. Even that way, we talked about it. Mahomes sat for the first 15 games in a 16-game schedule. He started as one in a meaningless game. That's how there was some patience with him.
They're one of 6 teams that have a 3-10 record right now. So they could draft anywhere from 3 until 8. And if you ask me, I would take whichever one. There's 2 offensive linemen that figure in the top 10. Kelvin Banks from Texas and Will Campbell from LSU. Could go as high as 5 or 6, could go as low as 11 or 12. They'll be in that range. They should be in position to take one of those 2 guys. That's probably what I would do. Yeah. I would take the best offensive lineman available. Both of those guys fit up there. I wouldn't take another quarterback. That's probably where
with this class, you got a little bit of you can cheat. You can see the hand. You can see what kind of start that Bryce Young will have. Where would you draft him? Where do you think he should be drafted?
If I just in a blank,
he's a rookie coming out this rookie class, but you see what he's done in his first 2 years.
I'd probably make him a late first-round pick. I wouldn't take him in the top 10. I don't think he's a franchise, guy. I don't think he's Josh Allen or Mahomes or anything like that.
They're not in this draft.
No, they don't have anybody in this draft. Okay, would I take
this draft, Charlie?
I would take Cam Ward or Shadur Sanders ahead of him. But the longevity, the higher ceiling, I would take both of those. But I wouldn't take who's the next best quarterback in this draft after those 2. You get a lot of different opinions. Might have been there were some that thought it was Carson Beck at the beginning of the season, and I don't think that's it. I mean, I'd take Bryce Young in front of Quinn Ewers, who's probably got a late
Carson
first
Beck?
high. Yeah, I would take him in front of Carson Beck. He doesn't. Beck just makes a lot of bad decisions.
Yeah, he had some drops too.
He did.
He put some balls. He did put some balls there with a flat out drop too.
Yeah, I would take him in front of. I would take him in front of those 2 guys. I'd take him in front of Ewers or. I take him in front of Ewers or Beck if he was in this draft.
I would too.
Not Ward or Sanders. Those 2 guys, I think.
Max was telling us that Sanders wants to go to the Raiders. Why would you want to go to that organization? Are they well run? Am I missing something?
No, they're not.
Do you pay attention to this kind of stuff matters? I guess a lot of people don't. Huh?
It's a cool place to live, I guess. I don't know. The Raiders.
Cincinnati owner needs to get off his ass. Get rid of this bozo. And take your shot. What can you lose by bringing in Bill Belichick? What can you lose?
There will be people.
Think Brady is who right now? What quarterback in the NFL right now is the closest thing to Tom Brady? It's Joe Burrow. Pocket passer. He move a little bit.
Yeah,
move a little bit better. Move a little bit better. Got a little bit more damage to his body than Brady did at this stage. But I mean, he's making
the physical comp. Yeah,
he's making his throws from the pocket.
Yeah,
a ton. Pretty good too. Anticipating throws, processing, accuracy, arm strength.
Yeah. You do have to ask yourself which organization you would want to go to of all of the ones that would
Belichick?
No. If you're Sanders in that top,
what's my choices?
In that top, after the Raiders, the Giants.
Nope.
The Patriots. They're not going to draft a quarterback, but that's been a very well-run organization, but they're in a transition.
But they're not. That's not a two-headed monster. What were they before, and what will they be after? And it's still early.
So New England's not going to take a quarterback. Neither is Carolina. Neither is Jacksonville. Tennessee. Raiders or Tennessee?
Nope. No. I'd take Tennessee over the Raiders.
The Jets.
Come on.
The Browns. They've been through a few quarterbacks around there, if you hadn't noticed. Then the one after that is the Bears, who are not going to take a quarterback, and then your New Orleans Saints. That's your top 10 right now.
I guess your point is well made. Maybe Sanders is paying more attention than I give him credit for. The Raiders suck. They're poorly run. They're near the bottom, but they have some company.
Yeah.
They're not.
It's not like the Packers are looking for a quarterback. Or the
He just wants
Steelers
to see some good shows, you know.
The Ravens.
When I'm going to go to a place that sucks, I'm going to have some good entertainment there. At my beckoning.
It's a nice place to live.
Yeah, not for everybody.
Not for me.
Not for me either. I'm not moving to Las Vegas.
Probably a
freaking
mistake.
way. No way. Don't forget our doors over at Relief Windows as well. We do the doors, the windows, the siding, and the shutters as well. But the doors, whether you're searching for a unique entry door, elegant French doors, or a stylish sliding glass door looking out into your backyard, we offer a variety of materials, colors, and finishes to suit your taste. Beautify your home with high-quality replacement doors from Relief Windows. Relief Windows and reliefwindows.com. Exterior doors, French doors, sliding glass doors, any doors that you need. 230-5652, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday through Friday. Relief Windows and reliefwindows.com.
Live at Doe's, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
The Thibodeau store. 900 St. Patrick Highway in Thibodaux. Look, if you're shopping for dad or for your brother, for your son, got a lot of great gift ideas at the Thibodaux store. You can go online, thibodeaustore.com. Delivery is available. Looking for grills, huge amount of grill selection, including the big green egg cookers for the ultimate cooking experience. Also, Cajun cookware, especially cookware shipped right to your door. Go to thibodeaustore.com. Tons of tools, power tools, hand tools, and also tool storage. The big rolling tool storage kits are available right now at the online shop at thibodeaustore.com. And if you're looking for something different, unique, Cypress furniture that they make, their custom-made Cypress furniture is available. This is for swings, for rockers, for gliders, all of that available at the Thibodaux store. You know, they're your home improvement experts. They can help you out if you're doing those projects. They'll walk you through. A lot more informative, a lot more personal than a YouTube video. Check them out at the Thibodaux store. And their sister property, the Pierrepont store, they've been open for over 100 years in Pierrepont. Thibodaux store, 900 St. Patrick Highway in Thibodaux, and online, thibodeaustore.com.
At Lofton, we're in the business of matching hard workers with some of the most sought-after employers in the Baton Rouge area. To Lofton, you're more than
It's 7 in a row. They would have set the record. Is it 7 in a row now? Okay. Hang on, Jordan. I got to figure out where we're.
Okay.
Eight in a row. There's another one, 7 in a row. It's got to be the Raiders. Huh? Jesus. Atlanta?
Where are we tomorrow?
Modesto.
All right, Jordan, whenever you're ready.
All right. It's rolling.
This is Charles Hannegriff. Join us for the Wednesday edition of Live at Lunch from Modesto, corner of Burbank and Nicholson. Professional sports handicapper Randy McKay joins us along with Scott Rabelais and Wes Reynolds from VEASAN. Live at Lunch from Modesto, 11 a.m. Wednesday on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Is where you can find it all. Stay for the weekend, come by, grab lunch, or shop at their alumni gift shop. Visit thecookhotel.com to book your stay today. That's thecookhotel.com.
After performing 30,000 dental implant procedures, the doctors here at Fusion Implant Center have witnessed life-changing transformation of so many patients. Hi, this is Dr. Leo Reagan.
And I'm Dr. Michael Casadvan. Are you one of the 50 million people who are missing teeth and wearing dentures that just don't fit and are uncomfortable? Well, in just one day, you can have permanent teeth with a perfect smile.
The board-certified doctors here at the Fusion Implant Center guarantee your procedures to be done correctly, painlessly, and cost-effectively. We are the experts who teach these procedures all over the country.
This team of experts and our state-of-the-art operating rooms are conveniently located in one facility. This allows your treatment to be coordinated and can be started in as little as 10 to 14 days.
So don't go one more day feeling insecure or missing out on the ability to enjoy smiling and eating. Transform your smile in one day at the Fusion Implant Center. Call today or visit fusionimplantcenter.com.
Have you been arrested or even issued a traffic ticket? Everyone makes mistakes. Hi, I'm Dana Brown from the law offices of O.C. Brown. If you find yourself in an unfortunate situation with the law, call us today and we can help you resolve your problem, whether it's just a traffic matter or something more serious. No criminal matter is too big or too small for us to aggressively and effectively represent you. Before making any decisions, call us at 225-343-1111 for your free consultation. You can also visit us at ocbrown.com. The law offices of O.C. Brown, your law firm for a lifetime.
Baton Rouge, feel the heat. Baton Rouge Zydeco Hockey is among the top teams fighting for the championship. Tickets start at just $10. Don't miss the action, the hits, and the roar of the crowd. Grab yours at brzydeco.com. Let's go, Zydeco.
Hey, it's Jake and James here from Trash Rangers of Louisiana.
Wishing you and yours a Merry Christmas.
And a Happy New Year.
Brandon Holly here. Pick your color, pick your siding. ReliefWindows.com.
Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny from Doe's Eat Place on Government Street on 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
While he acknowledges that things could change between now and the Gator Bowl is 3 weeks away, Lane Kiffin says that right now, 0 players will be opting out of the bowl game for Ole Miss.
And they're playing Duke, right?
They are playing in the Gator Bowl. That's right, yeah.
May Leak's out.
He has decided to take his talents elsewhere. He's in the transfer portal. But 0 play. What does that tell you? 0 players opting out for the bowl game. I got a theory. You want to hear it?
Pass the hat?
Yeah. That they pass the hat. They're like, hey,
for a bowl game, they got to be.
That's where I lose it a little bit.
Normally, this is the teams that just miss are the ones that are the most pissed. And we've seen, now look, TCU that year that they actually dropped when they won by 50 or so from the 1 week's committee poll to the next. And Ohio State did win by 40 themselves against Wisconsin. It became a Big Ten champion. So you wanted to, but this usually backwards. It's usually the team that, all right, we missed out. Florida State, who was more disgruntled than them? How many guys played in the bowl game?
Less than half, it felt like.
You understand? So that's more common than this.
Right. The first year we did this with Alabama and Kansas State. Alabama made a significant offer to Bryce Young and to Will Anderson to play in that game. Alabama won that game.
Correct. And when your best players are going to play, even if they're paid or not, that sets a good example for the rest of your team.
Yeah. They felt that
they've got important. They got more to risk injury wise.
How important this is if they did pass a hat, and I don't know if they did. How much more important is the Gator Bowl than, say, taking some of that money and pumping it into next year's class?
Next year's class is more important.
That's what I think, too.
But, I mean,
any bowl game, really.
Once runs. Always runs, Charlie.
Hayes Fawcett, breaking news here. Kamarian Pimpton has signed the papers necessary to enter the transfer portal. He tells On3 Sports, tight end at LSU, has 2 years of eligibility remaining. That's too bad. He was actually starting to play a little bit towards the end of the season, and it's not like this is an overflowing roster full of tight ends. So I could have done
30?
I could have done without that news, Max. Thanks. Appreciate the update there. Tomorrow we're at Modesto. Thanks to the folks here at Doe's Eat Place for being our host today. For Jimmy Ott, for Max, for Jordan back in the studio, I'm Charles Henniger saying thank you and good afternoon from Doe's Eat Place. Stay tuned for Hunt Palmer on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Well, y'all have a good one.
Yeah,
Live at lunch.
The new location of Los Reyes Mexican Grill on Wesley across from